Hello, Potato. So as part of Disney California Adventures Festival of Holidays, they're doing like a food festival sort of thing. I guess that's the festival part of it. And they have a thing called the Sip and Savor. This is supposed to be somewhat similar to the food festival pass we got for the state fair this year and a couple years ago before the world ended. So it's going to give us 8 basically kind of sample portions of non-alcoholic foods and beverages from the various food stands, which I think we see a couple of them over here already. So we're going to try some of the special holiday foods that are part of Disney California Adventures Festival of Holidays. So we're getting our pass now, and we'll head out and find some interesting things, some interesting holiday foods to eat. All right, so we got our Sip and Savor pass now. It's got a little lanyard. Now, if we were season pass holders, magic key holders, that's what they're called now, then we'd have gotten a fancy lanyard, but we're not, so we didn't. We've got a list of the different places that have items to try. Obviously, we're going to try all of them. Got some interesting sounding ones on here. We also have a tasting passport. And I have no idea what this is supposed to be, but apparently get your passport stamped at all 9 marketplaces. And you solve the puzzle. You collect all of the stamps, then you visit the Holiday Center Pergola to receive a stamp of completion. Well, I mean, that's... I don't know if we'll do that or not, but maybe. It might be fun. It might be more trouble than it's worth. But we do have at least 8 things trying. Of course, we can always buy another one if we find there's more than 8 things on here that we want to try. But yeah, let's go find some holiday eats. All right, so our first stop at the Sip and Savor is Merry Mashup, where we've got esquites, carnitas, mac and cheese, and turkey poutine. I've never had poutine before, so this may not be the most authentic way to try it the first time, but I'm definitely interested. We've got turkey, looks like tater tots, maybe probably sweet potato tater tots. I think we're doing like a Thanksgiving here. We've got croutons. We've got cranberries. So I'm thinking those are probably going to be sweet potato tater tots. Not my first choice normally. And I'm guessing maybe like one of those like young Mexican cheeses, because it doesn't look like cheese curd. Looks a little like cottage cheese, but like really dried out. So let's try the poutine first. Let's get a little bit of cheese. Try to get a cranberry on there. Let's get the cranberry first. Some turkey, tater tot, maybe some cheese. All right, take a bite. So let's give that a try. Tastes like Thanksgiving. Yeah, probably not a super authentic poutine experience, but not bad. Turkey's got good flavor to it. Yeah, let's get a little higher there. Got good flavor. The cranberry goes with it nicely. It's like a frosted cranberry. I think it's sugared on it. I'm not a huge fan of sweet potato tater tots or sweet potato fries. They do have a strong flavor. If you like sweet potato, though, it is definitely a good choice. What's this cheese though? Is that? That cheese has like no flavor at all. It's almost like a dried out cottage cheese. It's weird. All right, let's try our carnitas mac and cheese. Got carnitas, we've got macaroni and cheese. I have no idea what that is. Looks like it could be cranberry. It looks like some sort of spiced puffed rice. You'd think I would have paid attention to what these were, but I'm sure you can look it up and see what's on this exactly. Let's see how it tastes. I like that. I think maybe it's like a chipotle or something. There's a little bit of spice there. The little puffed rice things are interesting. Oh, some like crispy corn too. Let's try. It gives an interesting crunch. I mean, I think this red stuff is like a chipotle sauce, some sort of a spicy sauce. Not super hot, but if you really don't like spice stuff, it's probably not going to be your thing. If you do like sweet potatoes and turkey, this isn't the mattress. I like the mac and cheese better. Personally, this isn't bad, but I do like that better. Yeah, that was pretty good, but if I was going to buy one again, it would be the mac and cheese. All right, we have like 6 more tabs on our Sip and Savor, and there are plenty more things here to try to eat for the Festival of Holidays, so let's go find something else. So we've now made our way over into the Grizzly Peak area to the Smoke Jumpers Grill, a good place to get a burger, kind of underrated, but a good place to get a burger. Yeah, but from the Festival of Holidays menu, we have picked up an order of loaded latkes. This is for using the Sip and Savor pass again, so we already prepaid for it. And what this is a traditional latke loaded with smoked brisket, topped with dairy-free horseradish cream and scallions. You know, most people call them green onions, but they are really scallions. And they're really generous with the scallions too. I could do with a few less scallions. So yeah, we've got our brisket, and down here, here's our actual latkes, our crispy fried potato pancakes. I guess let's get a little bit of everything in one bite here. Or a lot of everything in one bite here. It's a little more brisket than I was looking for in that one bite. All right, so here we go. Loaded latkes, got some horseradish in there. We got scallions, we got brisket. But do we have something good? Let's find out. Well, the horseradish was really pungent. Definitely tell you that. You know, in a very wasabi sort of way. Not as spicy as wasabi, but definitely goes right up your nose. See if we can get a little more with a little less horseradish on it. The piece of brisket I got was also a little fatty, which is not ideal. See if we do better this time. Well, that's better. Yeah, brisket's good, tender. You know, got kind of a pulled pork thing going on. Obviously, it's not pork. A pulled beef sort of thing going on. And it is shredded. The latke is... I'm not a big expert on latkes. I don't actually know if I've ever actually had latkes before. Let's try some latke on its own. Quite oniony. Yeah, just onion and potato. I think that's pretty normal. The brisket's got a good flavor to it. Just could maybe done a little less of the horseradish, because that is really quite strongly flavored. It's not bad. It's not like too spicy or anything. It's just, it does clears the sinuses a bit. Yeah, it's not super spicy. It's just again, I think pungent was the right word to begin with. All right, that's not bad. Another good option. So far, I think the was it pork esquites? The carne esquites? The mac and cheese. The mac and cheese we did in the previous part of this video so far is my favorite. But you know, we have more Sip and Savor pass things to do, and there are more things for the festival holidays that aren't even on the Sip and Savor. So we're gonna go, you know, try a few more things. Next up is from A Twist on Tradition. It's one of the little marketplace stalls. tempting twists on holiday classics. We've got curry mac and cheese with cilantro oil and crispy garbanzos. So the best thing we've had so far was a mac and cheese. Let's see if this can stand up to it or even beat it. That was it the pork carne asada? No, pork esquites. That was it. Mac and cheese was like the best thing so far. Let's see how the curry is. We got some garbanzo there. Got mac and cheese. Got the green curry. I guess it's like cilantro in the curry sauce there, or that's the curry, the cilantro oil, right? Okay, so let's try it. There's a nice curry flavor on the garbanzos. You get a little bit of heat on there at the end. The cilantro flavor is really nice and fresh. Really quite flavorful. Is it better than the esquites mac and cheese? I'm gonna say no, but it's close. It's certainly better than the turkey poutine or the loaded latkes. So mac and cheese are kind of in the first two spots right now, with the esquites and then the curry. I think there's one more mac and cheese we're going to try at some point during all of this. But let's finish this up and go find something else. So we went ahead and got our last mac and cheese contender. This one's from Holiday Duets, and it's Southern mac and cheese. Cajun style mac and cheese with andouille sausage and spiced panko crunch. Pretty generous on the sausage here. And yep, there's the crunch. You can see the seasoning in the mac and cheese. Let's give it a try. Smells pretty good. But I mean, the other two mac and cheeses were both pretty good contenders. Let's see how Southern does. Definitely a lot of crunch in the panko. Not nearly as hot as the curry. I was kind of expecting a little bit more heat than that. I think what heat there is maybe in the panko. Let me try some of that, spinning some of that on its own. Maybe I can't. Because it goes right through the fork. A little bit there. Yeah, I think that panko is where the heat is. Let's try some of the sausage by itself. Or almost by itself. Sausage has a really good flavor, not spicy, a little salty maybe. Good flavor, the texture on it's good. Let's try some of the mac by itself, or again, as much by itself as we can get. I feel like all three of the mac and cheeses are starting with the same mac and cheese and then adding on it. The flavor of the mac and cheese by itself, very similar to the other ones. Texture as well. It says it's Cajun seasoned, but I'm not getting too much from the macaroni itself. All right, there's something there, but without the panko and the sausage, there's not a lot of seasoning extra in the mac and cheese than there would be just from the mac and cheese by itself. I do think this doesn't meet or doesn't beat the esquites mac and cheese, but I will put it ahead of the curry. It's got a nice flavor to it. The crunch from the panko is nice. The sausage is really nice. It doesn't have the heat of the curry. That could be a good thing for some people. But I think it has better flavor than the curry mac and cheese. But our top three spaces are all mac and cheeses. So we're going to see if anything can knock any of them out of gold medal, silver medal, and bronze medal for the rest of the Festival of Holidays here at Disney California adventure. So just because we're out of macaroni doesn't mean we're out of cheese. From Bruisin' Bites, we have Impossible, Chorizo, Queso Fundido. This falls under the Celebrating Navidad category of food here at the Festival of Holidays. This is topped with cilantro and served with house-made tortilla chips. So this should be interesting. We have Impossible Chorizo under all the cilantro here. I've had pretty good experience with Impossible products, so I have no reason to expect that this won't be good. Now, the meat may be plant-based. The cheeses, as far as I know, still cheese. So this is not a vegan option, but it is a vegetarian option. So let's give it a try. That's good. I mean, the queso is kind of the dominant flavor. See if we can just try some of the chorizo as much on its own as possible. A little bit of that. Chorizo has a good texture to it. Good flavor, a little spice. That spice is somewhat, I think, undercut by the cheese. Yeah, the cheese isn't particularly spicy. There's a little heat in there, like queso tends to have. But the Impossible Chorizo, I think, is the source of most of the heat here. The fresh made tortilla chips have a good amount of salt on them, so they have good flavor on their own. Yep, kind of like restaurant style tortilla chips. Overall, pretty good. Does it beat the mac and cheeses though? I need to have another bite to tell for sure, because I think this might beat out the curry. If I can get it without a chip breaking on me. All right, here we go. I'm saying, yeah, the queso is nice and cheesy. The Impossible Chorizo has a good flavor to it. I'm gonna say this does bump our curry mac and cheese out of third place. So as it stands right now, first place still goes to the Esquites mac and cheese. Second is the Cajun. Third is now this. So yeah, I think we're not necessarily getting better and better, but we are getting good stuff. The maybe the latkes and the turkey poutine are going to have been our low points, and it's just all uphill from there. Well, let's move on.
Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years, we all will be together, if the fates allow. Hang a shining star upon the highest bough. Say a merry little Christmas now.
What's this? It's a lot brighter now. Yeah, it is a lot brighter now because there's only so much you can eat in a single evening. Also, we're not doing a food festival item this time. It's just a seasonal offering from California Adventure. We are at the Cozy Cone Motel over in Radiator Springs, and I have selected one of their seasonal offerings. It is Luigi Chicken Pesto Cone. It is creamy pesto Alfredo, marinated chicken, balsamic glazed, and bruschetta tomatoes with Romano cheese. Now, I mean, I could do without the bruschetta tomatoes. We'll just kind of push them off. And yeah, it's all served in one of their bread cones. Kind of like a a thinner version of the Handwich. My wife has gone a little more traditional for the Cozy Cone merchandise or menu with just bacon mac and cheese. It's mac and cheese with bacon in a bread cone. We've enjoyed the mac and cheese so much from the holiday options. We'll see how their mac and cheese is. I'm gonna go ahead and have a little bite of her mac and cheese. Get a little bacon in there. It doesn't look as wet as the Festival of Holidays mac and cheese. Let's see how it tastes. Yeah, it's a little drier than the ones from the Festival of Holidays, but still good. Bacon's a nice add to it. Let's try our pesto Alfredo here. It's a piece of chicken. Let's try to get a piece of chicken in that. They only have spoons for some reason. No forks at the Cozy Cone Motel. I guess they can pop tires. So here's our pesto Alfredo. Got some chicken. I've skipped the tomato because I want to have an enjoyable first bite. Let's give it a try. Well, the pesto flavor is good and strong. Alfredo, not so much. Romano's nice. Let's try a bit of cone too while we're here. It's a very thin bread. Not much flavor of its own, but I'm sure with the residual sauce from the meals, the bread will be just nice. All right, let's try a tomato just to say we tried it. I'm not a fan of tomatoes in general. Sauce, yes. Actual tomatoes, not so much. Yep. That's a tomato. Still not a fan of tomatoes. Let's say if possible, because they don't do a lot of special offers, a lot of things are just kind of made bulk to the way it says on the menu. But if possible, I would suggest having them leave off the tomatoes, unless of course you like tomatoes. But the rest of it, the chicken and the pasta and the sauce, those are pretty nice. They used to have like a habanero meatball one here that was really good. I don't have that anymore. Chicken's like really like kind of fall apart tender. Pastas could be a little more al dente, but still good. Yeah, certainly it's a pretty decent size thing compared to the Festival of Holiday food we were eating, and it'll make a nice enough lunch. All right, there are more seasonal foods to try. Let's go find some more of them. Our next Festival of Holidays offering brings us over to the very loud, due to live music, Pacific Wharf, where we went to the Pacific Wharf Bakery Cafe, otherwise known as Bodine's Bakery, which is, yeah, that's a thing we can go to at home just anytime, but what we can't get at Bodine's at home is this, peppermint bark bread pudding. So we have like a little disc of bread pudding-like material with supposed to have peppermint flavoring. We have kind of ground up candy cane on top, a little mint leaf for garnish, and a good healthy dose of whipped cream and a dulce de leche sauce. What is that?
And then we went out last week to Boomer's.
Might be a cream cheese basically. I don't remember what all's on this one. Hold on.
I had 4 hour period and I was totally coffee.
All right, this is described as white chocolate, chocolate chips and peppermint, whipped topping, and creme anglaise. So that's creme anglaise there, not a dulce de leche or cream cheese. It's creme anglaise. So let's try to get ourselves a good little representative bite of our peppermint bark bread pudding. Get a little bit of everything. Got some creme anglaise, got our bread, we've got our cream, we've got our ground up bits of candy cane. Let's give it a try. Very pepperminty. The bread is very chewy, which I think is normal for bread pudding anyways. It's not overly sweet. It'd be very easy on this to go way too sweet, and they haven't done that, which is a good thing. It's not even overpoweringly pepperminty. It's dominantly pepperminty. We haven't done a lot of sweet things in this, have we? But I don't know if we've done any sweet things in this, but if we have, I think this is the best one I can think of at the moment. So yes, quite good, but there's still more. We still have sip and savor passes to use, and there's still a couple more things I would like to try. So let's move on to something else. So our continued efforts to try to eat our holiday feelings have brought us back to Buena Vista Street, to Clarabelle's Ice Cream, where I've ordered the chocolate peppermint sundae in a Mickey Mouse gingerbread ear hat bowl. I actually have a bowl similar to this already. I have a Very Merry Unbirthday bowl from last time we were here, and now I have one for the holidays. Isn't that lovely? So, as you can probably tell by looking, this is chocolate, which you can't see, it's down there, and peppermint ice cream in a dipped waffle cup, topped with whipped cream and peppermint candy, including a whole mini candy cane, which will very likely fall on the table as this melts, because it's actually already kind of starting to melt down a little bit. And the bowl says Disneyland Resort. But yeah, over here, you can see there's chocolate ice cream. Oops. You can see there's chocolate ice cream down in there. And yes, the bowl is a little broken in the back. That's at the back, so nobody can see it. You wouldn't even know if I didn't tell you. Let's try to see if we can't get a bite of everything all at once. Some chocolate, some peppermint. Get some whipped cream with some peppermint candy on it. All right, one bite of it all. Very cold. Just what you need on a chilly December afternoon. Oh yeah, it's ice cream. It's Dreyer's ice cream. I think, you know, you can probably buy these flavors in the shops. Let's try the waffle cone. Waffle cone's pretty good. Good crunch. Good chocolate flavor in the coating. Yeah, if I have a mouthful of waffle cone now. If you're the sort of person that wants Christmas ice cream, you could certainly do worse than this. Maybe not as unique as something like the peppermint bark bread pudding, but still a nice holiday iced treat. Now we need to find more calories. Let's go.
Anybody? It's the Jewish Wookiee, Chewbacca. No? Okay, we'll leave him in the other galaxy. That's okay. Hands up! Some people call this spoon in the light bulb. I'll just call it the caviar. Let me see what you got. Come on, kiddos. The words are easy. It's The rest of our friends are here. This is perfect. This is the best. I love it. Yes, my friends, no matter how you celebrate during this special season, may the joy and spirit of Viva Navidad live in your hearts throughout the year.
Our next item brings us all the way to the very end of Pixar Pier, that weird little area where they've never quite figured out how to theme it. It's been a Mexican restaurant. It's currently an Italian restaurant, I believe. Or no, actually, no. I guess it is still Mexican. It's got like arepas and stuff at it. So, but still, it's you know, they've never quite figured out what to do with. They have some Encanto theming going on right now. If you look over there, you can get a picture in front of the door from Encanto. It's even got the candle over it. It's very nicely done. But what's brought us over here is the festival cart, the least creatively named and hardest to find thing on the Sip and Savor Pass, in that it's not on any map. It's not marked in any way on the sign as being festival cart. It's just, it looks like a normal like churro cart. But we found it, and from it we've picked up gingerbread cake. Gingerbread cake topped with molasses glaze, gingerbread man, and sprinkles. And you can see here, there is our gingerbread man. There's the sprinkles. Let's take the top off, see if it's easier to see it that way. I gambled on this, the lighting over here being okay. It may have been a gamble, it wasn't the best idea, but it's in a little tin. Not something you'd want to keep or anything. Yeah, it's got little gingerbread man there, green sprinkles, little red hollyberry sprinkles, and it's very shiny. It looks like it wants to ooze, but it seems pretty stable. So let's try out the gingerbread cake. Of course, we are in the Viva Navidad area, so I guess this is a Viva Navidad item? I don't know, but we'll try it anyways. Dig in. So, I mean, it looks like it'd be gooey, but it doesn't feel gooey. It feels quite firm and dense. I guess because it's gingerbread. Yeah, it's a reasonably tight bake there. But again, it's gingerbread. It's not like normal cake. It certainly smells of gingerbread, but does it taste of gingerbread? Wow, that glaze is incredibly sweet. There's a good strong gingerbread flavor in there, but that glaze is super sugary. Maybe a little sweet for me. I'm sure lots of people will like that, but for me, it's a little sweeter than I care for. But the gingerbread flavor is good. It's good gingerbread in there. I could just, if I can get some without the glaze on it, make sure it's not the gingerbread that's sweet, and just the glaze. Okay, there's just some gingerbread. Yeah, the gingerbread cake is not particularly sweet at all, and actually it's not as strongly flavored. So a lot of the gingerbread flavor is also in that glaze, which is interesting. That's not bad. It's an interesting thing to try, and you know, from another one of the, I don't know if these are authentic cultural items or not, but it's a Viva Navidad item, and it's not bad. Just maybe a little sweet. Moving on. Alright, so the last stop on our Sip and Savor Pass, if not the last stop on our holiday or festival holidays culinary journey, is at Grandma's Recipes for not improbable, not implausible, but impossible meatloaf with mashed potatoes, gravy, and shallots. Now, I don't know if this screams holiday exactly, but it certainly screams home cooking. Also would have like the traditional kind of ketchup glaze on it. So, yeah, the Impossible Chorizo was really good, and previous Impossible encounters have been good. Let's try to get everything here. Got a little shallot there, got a little meatloaf there, some gravy, some potato. Let's give it all a try. Is it good, and does it taste like meatloaf? You know, I'm not loving the shallot on it. Gives it more of an oniony flavor than I would normally expect meatloaf. I'm going to try to get a little meatloaf on top. Looks like she may have some onion in it as well. Texture's a little bit like loose and rubbery. Flavor is good. Not spice the way I would normally have it, but I don't know if I would know that wasn't really meatloaf if you served it to me. Let's try some of the potatoes on their own. Yeah, those are just kind of standard mashed potatoes. Let's try some crispy shallot. Yeah, see, I don't mind the flavor of the crispy shallot. I don't love it with the meatloaf. But it's I think a fairly convincing simulacrum of meatloaf. It's not bad. It certainly doesn't taste bad. It's certainly not going to be in the top 3, but I'm glad I tried it. It's very interesting. It's not bad. I'll try some of that ketchup glaze on its own too. Why not? Since we're here. Yeah, it's just that ketchup glaze everybody puts on meatloaf. So, I mean, nothing particularly interesting about this other than the fact it's made from impossible meat instead of real meat. So that's it, the Sip and Savor is done, but I'm sure we can still find another item or two to try out before we finish up this video. Let's do that. So to finish off our Festival of the Holidays video, we are outside the park back in downtown Disney at Tortilla Joe's, where we're going to try the Dulce de Leche tamales and the Candy Cane Rita. The Dulce de Leche tamales is tamal made with pecans, cinnamon, sweet milk blend, cajeta de calea, and cream cheese topped with dulce de leche drizzle, powdered sugar, and pecans. And the Candy Cane Rita is Campe, tequila, silver, peppermint schnapps, organic margarita mix with a splash of grenadine, garnished with rosemary and cranberries, or cranberry, it looks like just the one. So, I'm not clear how to... Oh, I guess they've already peeled most of the tamale for you, so you can just go ahead and dig in. So let's do that first. Got some strawberry here, got nuts. Let's just cut off a piece of that. Get some of the sauce in there. Strawberry getting away. It smells very cinnamony. It looks really nice. Let's give it a try. I think I'm wearing some of my shirt. Yep, I definitely am wearing some of my shirt. Pretty good. Just kind of tastes like normal, like tamale, but with sweetness. Got some, strawberries very strong. It's very sweet. It's a nice sweet dessert. Let's try our Candy Cane Rita. Very strong tequila flavor, very minty, quite nice. A nice way to end off the Festival of Holidays. So I hope you found this whole cavalcade of holiday-inspired foods to be interesting and entertaining. If you did, go ahead and give it a like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully you can hear me, because I'm trying to not sound like I have no class, and they're closing the restaurant, so we need to eat quickly. Bye.